Hello and welcome to our Stebbington podcast, Guardians of the Gigabyte. I'm Steph.
And I'm Debs. And together, we are the nerds you need.
Helping businesses become more efficient by utilising systems and software and improving their processes.
And whilst that may sound a little bit boring, we also like to sprinkle in a lot of fun.
So relax,
Get yourself a cuppa.
and join us for half an hour of insight and amusement.
So, hi everyone, welcome to our first episode of Guardians of the Gigabyte from Stebbington Limited.
Yeah, oh, I'm very excited to be here, mate. What
Me
about
too.
you?
I know, who'd have ever thought we'd end up being on a podcast of our own?
With microphones and cameras, not just one. I can see you there, and not there.
Oh yeah, that's me. Hi, we are Stebbington Limited. I am Debbie Crompton.
I am Steph Bunny.
And together, we are the nerds you need.
We are. Oh, yes. And what do? Well, we play on systems all day long. No, we do. We make businesses more efficient and effective, utilising off-the-shelf software for automation, integration, and just taking all that business admin away from you, really.
Absolutely.
It's just a headache. No one gets into business to do paperwork.
We did. That's exactly what our business is.
Yeah, but we do it for other people.
And we love it as well.
Yeah, and it's about the customer service angle as well. When you've got your team, they're going to be happier because they're using a software that's right for them, that's making their operations a lot easier. There's no more copying and pasting and going, oh, I mustn't forget to do that. The system can do it for them. And then that means that when they are dealing with their customers, they're happier to deal with. And the customers get the same service, whether they are the first customer or customer 100.
I'm actually quite impressed there that you didn't say your favourite little tagline about copying and pasting in 2024.
Growth.
No, I like it. You should say it. Say it.
I can't remember it.
No one should be copying and pasting in 2024.
Come on, guys.
Come on.
Seriously.
So we had this idea of creating this podcast to kind of bring our knowledge and our expertise out to the people, because something we've really noticed since having this business is that there's a lot of people out there that don't know what they don't know.
Well, we don't know what we don't know, to be fair. But yeah, in specific with the systems, and I think it's because there's so much choice. There is simply so much choice. For example, email marketing software. Like straight off the bat, I can think of maybe 6 different software, all very good in their own right. Mm-hmm. So how do they know which ones to choose? And that's just email marketing, not like the actual operations, so project management software. And this is where we come in, isn't it?
Yeah.
Is that we can help guide you because we play on systems all day, every day. We try and stay as up to date as we can because the technical world, like everything, is constantly changing. But yeah, it's helping someone kind of identify what they need the system to do and to then make sure it's implemented and utilised, because that is the thing, isn't it, with CRMs? Yeah. How many times we deal with customers and they're amazing, but they have a CRM, they were sold the dream of plug it in and go. And it just doesn't work like that. So then when they're not utilising it, they're not getting the return of investment. They're paying for something that they're just not utilising, and they might only be using like a small part of it. Whereas what we can help them do is really utilise all parts of it. Instead of having loads of different softwares, they can have one software or maybe a couple, depending on the size, and there's some variables in there. But yeah, it's about making sure that the system's working for them, that they are getting that return of investment. Because when a CRM is utilised correctly, sales can increase by 29%. And who doesn't want their sales to increase by 29%? And that doesn't mean they just put their prices up.
It's not just the sales side of it, though, as well. It's like when you get those sales in, it's so important that you have something that can take the stress out of that. And that's where a system kind of comes in really, really well. You know, when you get those sales in, having a decent system that can help automate a lot of that stuff as well is really super, super helpful.
Well, it means that no one has to, they're not waiting for things as well, aren't they?
So as a business owner also, it also means that your mental health is in a better place. Because as much as it's all about the sales and stuff, at the end of the day, we have these businesses because we're doing something we love doing, and then you don't want the admin side or, you know, all that bitty kind of work to be getting you down. It makes you end up falling out of love with that business. Yeah. I've worked with people who used to have hair salons. They were really good hairdressers, and then they went and got a hair salon, and then realised a couple of years in that they didn't like doing the hair salon bit because it was all business admin and they didn't have anything in place to kind of administer any kind of organisation.
No.
So then they ended up just going back to being a sole trader. And as much as they were very happy, I was really sad for them because I was like, you're not given the business knowledge, are you, when you start a business?
No, there's no book saying, here you go, here's how to
there's
start
millions of books.
or
there's
again,
too many
that's we just need one book, right? With everything in it.
That would be
but it
helpful.
would need to be updated every other week because everything constantly. But it's exactly like you said, isn't it? It's the falling in love with your business and not getting bogged down with the stuff that needs to be done, like onboarding. I mean, how many times have we spoken to people who love what they do, but every time you mention the onboarding a client, of course they want to. That's another new client. They want to work with these people and help them, but their onboarding process, that means they need to take 2 hours out of their day so that they can send the contract across, set them up on the payment link and all of that. That could all be automated. For example, a lady coach. We love Lady Coach. She got her onboarding process from 2 hours to under 10 minutes. And that was purely just automating. That was just saying, well, right, when this happens, the next 4 or 5 things that need to happen are the same every time. Automate.
Yeah. This is very, very true.
I love what we do.
Yeah. So in relation to systems, obviously we've mentioned different types. You've got email marketing systems, which are I find sometimes people are very confused about which system that they need. So obviously we all hear the CRM systems, which is a customer relationship management system, although we like to say contact relationship management system.
I really think it should be changed to that because it shouldn't just be
Start a
about your
petition.
customers. I don't know that anyone cares enough to sign the petition. I would march the streets saying change it to contact relation because it's not just about the selling, it's also collaborating. Like if we looked at our CRM, I would say half of it is kind of people that we know that are experts in their field, so we can then refer them on, networking contacts where you might not even ever sell to each other, but it's about nurturing that relationship, sharing knowledge. That's what we love about networking and having a CRM.
How many times have you spoke? I mean, we do a lot of referrals for us because we speak to so many different wonderful types of businesses, and having that information in a CRM when you're like, I ran into someone the other day who does, I don't know, we met somebody before who did QR codes for gravestones, which I think is just absolutely an amazing idea. But then if you've got all that information in somewhere like a CRM and you can't remember everyone's names. No, I barely remember my own most of the time.
I called my daughter by my dog's name this morning. She was very upset. And
my mum used to call me by my brother's name all the time. Or like some weird hybrid. It was like Daybury. So my brother's name's David. Daybury. I'd be like, which one do you want?
But we literally had a prime example the other day. One of our favourite clients messaged us and said, hey, do you know anyone who does Wix websites? And I knew we knew someone, but I couldn't remember his name. Lovely guy, John. There's another John. So like that, searching the CRM, Wix websites, bang, there he is, because obviously we tag and categorise correctly.
Yeah.
So
and the beauty of having giving referrals in your business is probably something we should have a conversation about another time. But the fact is referring business is great for your own business. So you always think you need to collect all the contacts that you might be making money from, but it's so the opposite. And collating a database, having a massive network and being able to go, okay, well, that person needs a Wix website, so let's pass them on to John. Yeah. And I've literally met so many people since this business has started that names are falling out of my head now. I don't know if anyone else feels like this, but sometimes it's like, there's so many people. And the worst is when you go on a call with somebody and then you realise you've been on a call with them.
But we don't.
But if you haven't put them in the CRM, you haven't checked beforehand, then you're like, I'm pretty bad at that.
She's getting better, guys.
I'm getting much
But anyway,
better.
that's CRMs. I feel like we've got way tracked there. So CRMs obviously are the main one. People, you type in CRM and you are going to get the big players.
Every
like
business
Monday.com,
needs a CRM, 100%. Like I think that is the if you're meeting people and you're building your business, you need a little black book, and a CRM is basically a little black book. Yeah, it's so much easier because you can just Control F and find people.
You can Control F. You can also then have reminders to follow up. So we always do that.
Handwriting.
Yeah.
We don't have to read anyone's handwriting. When I say anyone, I mean mine. Because she
can't even read her own.
It's shocking.
But it's about that. And then obviously with the CRM comes the nurturing of those contacts who are maybe they want to purchase from you or they want to work with you. You've also then got a pipeline with the CRM. So I agree, like 100%. Anyone networking, you need that little black book, and it should be a software. And it doesn't have to be expensive software. No, there's a lot of free stuff out there that would work fine. But then it's also the pipeline. So you need to know who's coming in, where the leads are coming from. So where can you invest in your time, and also make sure you're nurturing those leads so that people don't get lost. I mean, again, we hear a lot. We talk to a lot of people. We hear this a lot as well, of that, oh, I was meant to follow them up, or, oh, if I remember, I will do that. And that's, again, where the CRM comes into play. It can remind you. It can go, hey, you haven't spoken to this person for 2 weeks. You sent them a quote, maybe follow up. Yeah. And it doesn't have to be aggressive. It's not the pushy sales. We don't agree with that kind of thing. But it's just having your own kind of know where people are at in the pipeline and seeing the health of your business. So that's the CRM.
Controversially, an Excel sheet is not a CRM. I did not.
Dun, dun, dun. Oh, no, you didn't.
No, honestly, I meet a lot of people who have spreadsheets, and I'm sure we will cover spreadsheets at some point in this podcast series.
Sometimes there is a need for them.
There is a need for them, but not as a CRM. So please, if you're using it as a CRM, like, just don't.
Well, the easiest one, I would say the easiest thing, if you are using Excel as a CRM, or a spreadsheet, sorry, not necessarily Excel, because obviously Macs and things, put that into an Airtable. You literally wouldn't even have to create an anything, because it would recognise the different fields. Airtable would be the easiest one for that.
Yeah.
And I'm not saying that's the best CRM out there. Again, it varies, like what is right for your business, what do you need from the CRM, how many users. There's so many different things to think about. But straight up, I could say, if you're using an Excel, put that spreadsheet into an Airtable and then watch it change your life.
Yeah.
And that's just, yeah. Obviously, there's plenty of CRMs, but we will go on to more systems. But there is also different types of systems, such as project management, which is different to a CRM, Debbie, is it not?
Well, yes, it is. So a project management system is basically, it manages your projects. So, the key
Straight
is
to
in the
the
name.
camera.
We're not changing the name on that one. So project management system is basically somewhere where you keep all of what you need to do for all those projects. Now, a project could be anything. Could be, your onboarding process. It could be a project like
building a house. It could be a service, a delivery for coaching. That's a project. Each person, are they not a little project?
Yeah, it could be literally for anything. So at Stebbington, we use Asana for our projects. So every time new work comes in, it's like a little collective place where we can put tick lists of things, things that need to be done. You can add your milestones. You can, it's basically just how your operations, if you like. It's like your operations. What do I need to do for this? And there's so many out there. Asana, I just want to give a big shout out to, because when you tick something off, a flying unicorn goes across your screen.
I do like that. But don't you have to tick like 3 things first before you start getting the characters?
I don't know. I always seem to get
lucky you.
My Asana
Apparently,
likes
I'm not
me more
always
than
deserving. But yes, I do love that. There's loads of project management.
There is
stuff
loads,
out there that's so good.
The best thing about the project management software, though, is it's collaborative. So if you've got lots of people on the team, you're able to see where everyone's up to, which is really handy if you're a manager, or, so you can see exactly where everything is. So project management is definitely something you should have in your life anyway. But maybe another controversial opinion, because we use our Asana for personal stuff. So before going on holiday, I'm like, what do I need to pack? So I make a little project, and I just put the things I need to remember to pack and just tick them off as I go.
When I moved to England, that's literally managed the whole move, because there was loads of admin and life stuff to happen. And even then, summer holidays, I project manage my summer holidays on the Asana.
Yeah.
I mean, again, though, there is, when we keep saying there's Asana might not be right for your business, and that is the whole ethos of Stebbington, is we are system agnostic. So we've spoken about Airtable, maybe even Monday.com, but Asana, these are just what we like for us. For our clients, they might not be the right thing. I can't remember the last time we implemented Asana, to be honest. It depends. But there's also software out there that is CRM and project management. And I think sometimes that is just what you need. It's depending on the project. For example, if you were using, say you were building a house, that you need a project management software. You probably need a standalone project management. It might have a CRM bit to it, but you want to focus on the actual managing of that house build, because there's so many different parts to it. There's different subcontractors, the materials. There's a lot more to it. But say you were coaching, you're a consultant, your projects, they might not be quite as in depth or involved. So you could probably more want a system that's more CRM, but has a bit of a project management aspect to it, so you can use it that way. Basically, the world is your oyster. There's so much choice, CRM, project management, but it's being aware of what you need before you go looking at these systems. But we will come back to that another day. Instead, tell me, what other kinds of systems are there?
Well, you've got accountancy software.
Oh, my favourite.
So, the likes of like QuickBooks and stuff. So, if you're sending invoices or, people are paying you, you shouldn't really be using what you can. Again, controversial opinion. Don't be using Excel for your invoices.
I can't believe this is you saying this. Normally it's me going, Excel just doesn't cut it. Not when you're playing with the big people, with the big leagues. If you're serious about your business, and then, yes, when you first start, Excel might work, spreadsheet might work. But if you are serious about growing your business and you are growing and you're being successful, then you really should be looking at using software.
You should anyway, because I believe they've got the digital initiative with the government where your tax and everything needs to be digital. So normally you'd have an accountant that would probably be doing that for you. If you don't, then you do need to look at these sorts of things. It is important and really makes your life a lot easier as well. It might seem a bit faffy, but I know that QuickBooks I understand QuickBooks and that in itself is big old tick.
Yeah. Well, that's it. But again, there is others. So Xero is a really nice bit of software as well. There's Free Agent,
which I believe you get free on NatWest's Free Agent account.
Yeah. There is some limitations with Free Agent from the automation side, but as long as the accounting software, there is others out there. I saw some new ones. I can't remember the names, but there is. The main thing is that your bank feed is automatically Zoho Books. That's another one. The main thing is that you can connect it to your bank. You've got your bank feed coming in. You can categorize, or you can pay a bookkeeper or VA just to pop on and make sure everything's categorized, that you can raise invoices, send them to clients and match payments. We all know what accounting software does.
Yeah, thank you for explaining that.
Just because you have these different softwares, you can integrate. And again, this is what we mean when we say automation and integration is, so if you have a CRM and you're going to make that and say, yep, they're saying yes, they want to sign up with us, you click a button in the CRM, that will automatically then add their details to the accounting software and raise the invoice. Straight away, you've saved 10 minutes from one automation. But that's accounting software. QuickBooks is still the best.
So you've also got things like online payment systems. So, like Stripe, Go Cardless, all of those sorts of things. They're really handy to have in your business. And whilst we're kind of firing these sorts of systems out at you, you don't need all of them. You don't need them all at the same time. It's just kind of giving you an idea of the kind of things that you can do to make it easier. Because we've spoken to lots of businesses that have started up on their business journey and they don't know about a lot of these things, like booking links. You've got the likes of Calendly, which is usually the one everyone kind of goes to straight away because it's got the brand recognition. However, we use TidyCal. Everyone keeps thinking we say tidy cow because of our accents.
It's tidy cow.
There's nothing about cows that are tidy. It's tidy cow.
But AppSumo is a good one to be aware of. AppSumo is a place where you can buy other software for very good prices. So just putting that out there.
Yeah. So it's basically just trying to find out what you need. And the good way of doing those sorts of things is by mapping out your process, isn't it?
Yes, and that's where it always starts, isn't it?
That's where it always begins.
We love a good process map because we like to, well, it's a map, right? And if you were going to point B, you need to know where you're starting, which is point A. And that is the process mapping, kind of the initial thing is, right, what are we doing now? How are we doing it now? We might not like how we're doing it, but the fact is this is the process now. And then from that, we can then look at it and go, right, straight away, what can we do to tweak that process? What can we do to make it more streamlined, more efficient? Is there software that can help us?
Yeah.
So, for example, we touched about email marketing software. Software. You don't have to just use it for marketing. Yeah, it's great for newsletters. You can then put the form in your website and link it all up. That's great. But you can also use it for onboarding or offboarding clients. So maybe you want them to receive a sequence of emails, onboarding them, frequently asked questions, what happens next. Email marketing can be used for that. So it's just being aware of what you need first so that you can then make sure you choose the right system.
And funnily enough, it's something crazy. I can't remember the percentage, but it's way above 50% of businesses don't have anything documented.
Oh, it's over 73.
They don't have anything mapped. They don't have anything documented. And, you know, moving away even from the system side of it, that is just madness. Because it is, because, you know, that homicidal bus driver that will get you one day, if you out of the office, if you have a team of 10 people and, some, you know, 3 people are out of the, you know, they all got hit by the bus, they would not have any idea what they did. There's no way of documenting it. So it's something that businesses from a you know, a small or solopreneur right up to, you know, a big business, everything should be documented. It just makes sense. And then once you've done that and you're having your, you know, quarterly reviews, your yearly reviews, you can look at those processes and see how they've evolved. Yeah, and you update them. And then, you know, new tech's coming out all the time. You know, you've got ChatGPT, like that wasn't really a thing a couple of years ago. And now if people really looked at their process maps that they currently have, there's probably a lot of places where they could, you know, use the benefits of ChatGPT to improve those processes and make them more automated.
Definitely. And I feel like we can talk more about that in the next episode of automation, because there's a lot that can be done with AI now from the automation side of things, of extracting specific information or creating summaries. I could go on about all days. But yes, exactly that. Technology is constantly evolving, as are your processes. You need something. And it doesn't need to be a massive document or really kind of corporate headed thing. It just needs to be notes of, this is what my process is right now.
Yeah. Excellent.
Bang, bang, I shut you down.
Bang, bang. I mapped it out.
Bang, bang, I streamlined.
Bang, bang, I got Stebbington to help.
Nice. That was a nice ending.
That's going in.
And I feel like on that note, that is systems. Now, there's still other systems as well we haven't even touched on.
Yeah.
Like we
but I don't want to bore everyone on the first episode.
Oh, I was ready to keep going.
So
I was like, industry-specific systems. We haven't even touched them.
We haven't. But we will. So, out of this month so far, what kind of really cool automation or what kind of cool system have you ran into? What's your favourite of the month?
I wasn't ready for that question.
No, I know. Just
boom. What has been my favourite thing? I've really enjoyed playing on Monday.com again this week.
You fall back in love with it.
Yeah, so I'm loving that. But then Zoho as well. Oh, it's a hard one. Do you know what? I think my favourite thing is, because it's also happened this week, is setting up the automation depending on the call type of booking to updating the CRM and just making that perfect. So, you know, when you have... that's been my favorite. Zapier is one. That's the one.
You
today.
Can't pick Zapier every month. Though,
okay, but I can pick it today.
You can today.
Today,
just
Zapier.
Just then you can.
Zapier. Okay. And the question goes to you, what's been your favourite?
Well. My favourite piece of software this month has been Newsendler. Now, this is like a course kind of piece of software, a lot like Kajabi, but fraction of the cost, does everything that Kajabi does. And it seems to do it really nicely. It's really user-friendly and integrates with, you know, via Zapier, you can pretty much integrate with most things. And yeah, I've really enjoyed using that piece of software for people that maybe have courses and maybe monetary courses, free courses, any kind of courses. It's also got email marketing and stuff on it. So yeah, I've really enjoyed using that system.
I do love it when we get a new system.
Yeah,
I love playing.
Add it to the list.
I was going to say, did you see as well news of Zoho that they have released CRM for everyone? Zoho.
Well, that's a bold statement, Zoho, isn't it?
Well, I thought it was fabulous. It's not just a new cosmetic look, it's actually the stuff in the background as well. They are opening up, they're giving more features to people. So if you're on Zoho CRM bench and kind of thinking I quite like it, check it out now. They have Zoho CRM for everyone.
I don't like it when people say it's for everyone.
Yeah, but I don't like a lot.
It automatically makes me feel like they're making me like it. And I'm like, no, I'll make that decision myself.
It's like, I don't like hearing when systems go, yeah, you just plug it in and go.
Yeah.
I would like to state a fact that I have never come across a CRM
that just knows your business.
No.
Straight away.
No, funny enough. Oh my goodness, it's like this CRM was made specific for your business. That just doesn't happen.
No,
so when they say on that call, plug it in and go, technically you could, but you would not be utilising its features. And I feel like that is a whole podcast in itself. So on that note, thank you for listening. It's been an absolute pleasure if you've made it this far. Next week, though, we're going to talk automation.
Yeah, so it's more like, what is it? You're going to hear people banging on about automation all the time, especially with the rise of AI and all of that stuff. But we're just going to bring it right back, give you some examples, let you know what it's all about. And we're looking forward to seeing you then. So,
Thanks.
into the middle camera, Steph. Bye.
Bye.